You know that feeling when you check your bank account and your brain instantly starts doing survival math? Like you're standing in the grocery store wondering if you should put something back, or your car makes a weird noise and your first thought is, please, not this month. Most people think money is just about income. They think if they make more, everything will feel different. But here's the truth most people never realize. Money is not one level. There are levels to money. The way you think, spend, save, invest, and see yourself changes depending on which level you are on. A person with $500 in the bank does not think like someone with $10,000 saved. Someone with $1 million working for them is playing a completely different game. Today, we are breaking down the 10 prosperity levels. By the end of this video, you will know which money level you are on and what you need to do next. Welcome to Prosperity Levels, where we break down money, wealth, investing, and financial freedom in a simple way. Level 1, Survival Mode. This is the level where money controls almost every decision. At level 1, you are not planning your future. You are just trying to make it through the month. Your paycheck comes in, and before you can feel good, most of it already belongs to someone else. This is the level where a small emergency feels like a disaster. A flat tire is not just a flat tire, it is stress. A medical bill is panic. When you are in survival mode, your brain is not built for long-term thinking. It is built for immediate threats. You are trying to build a future while your brain is busy putting out fires. The goal at level 1 is not to get rich. The goal is to create breathing room. Even $500 saved can change how this level feels. If you are at level 1, do not feel ashamed. You are not broke forever. You are just on level 1. Level 2. The breathing room level begins when you finally have a small financial cushion. This might be $1,000, $2,000, or 1 month of expenses. The number is different, but the feeling is the same. For the first time, you are not completely exposed. If something small goes wrong, you do not immediately panic. This level feels like taking your first full breath after holding it for years. But many people feel a little relief and spend the cushion. Your emergency fund is not a reward. It is protection. Level 3. The stability level. This is where money starts to feel less like a daily threat. At level 3, you have a real emergency fund. You may still have debt, but you are no longer living with constant fear. This level changes your personality. You become calmer. You make better decisions. A person with savings can wait for a better job offer instead of taking the first one out of fear. But the hidden trap at this level is comfort. You are no longer drowning, so you stop swimming. Stability is not the destination. It is the foundation. Level 4. The debt control level. This is where you stop letting debt quietly steal your future. Most people only ask, can I afford the payment? But the real question is, what is this payment stopping me from becoming? High-interest consumer debt is dangerous because it works like reverse investing. Paying off bad debt can feel like giving yourself a raise. At level 4, your mindset changes from, how much can I borrow, to how much of my income can I keep? Level 5, the first investment level. This is where your money stops being just money. It becomes a worker. At first, investing feels disappointing. You invest $500, and maybe it only grows a little. But the first dollars you invest are powerful because of what they turn you into. You stop thinking only like a consumer. You start thinking like an owner. Compound interest is boring in the beginning. Then it becomes interesting, powerful, and eventually unbelievable. Level 6. The $20,000 to $50,000 prosperity level. This is the first major psychological wealth level. Somewhere around this range, money starts to feel different. Not because you are rich, but because you finally have options. You stop panicking over small expenses and start seeing opportunities. This is where survival mode begins turning into growth mode. You now have proof that you can save, invest, delay gratification, and move up levels. But the trap is feeling rich too early. Many people hit this level and start rewarding themselves too much. This level is not the finish line. It is the launch pad. Level 7. The $100,000 level. This is one of the most important levels in the wealth journey. The first $100,000 proves your system works. A 10% return on $1,000 is $100. A 10% return on $100,000 is $10,000. Now, the money feels real. At level 7, you begin to feel the machine turning on. Your contributions still matter, but your investments are helping seriously. This level also changes your relationship with work. You can negotiate better and take calculated risks. But bad decisions also get more expensive at this level. Level 8, the wealth acceleration level. This is usually around $250,000 to $500,000 invested. At this level, compound growth becomes very real. Your money can move more in a year than some people save in several years. But market drops look bigger too. A 10% drop can look scary when your portfolio is large. At lower levels, the challenge is saving money. At higher levels, the challenge is staying calm. At level 8, boring is powerful. A boring plan, boring budget, boring strategy. Showing wealth can delay becoming wealthy. Level 9, the financial freedom level. This is where your investments can cover a large portion of your life. Work becomes more of a choice and less of a threat. Financial freedom is not just about net worth. It is about the gap between your assets and your lifestyle. Someone with low expenses may feel freer than someone with more money, but massive payments. At level 9, money becomes a tool for time, family, health, creativity, travel, and peace. But after years of saving, some people do not know how to enjoy it. Prosperity is not just accumulation. It is alignment. Money should support your life, not replace it. Level 10, the legacy level. This is not just about having money. It is about what your money does beyond you. At this level, your assets produce more than you personally need. You start thinking about family, community, generational wealth, charity, business ownership, and teaching others. But wealth without wisdom can disappear. The real legacy is not just what you leave behind. It is who you help others become. Now, after hearing all 10 levels, the real question is simple. Which level are you on? Are you in survival mode, building your first cushion, fighting debt, investing, chasing $100,000, or building freedom? Wherever you are, do not use this as a reason to feel behind. Use it as a map. The point of knowing your level is not to shame yourself. The point is to know your next move. Every level has a lesson, every level has a trap, and every level has a door to the next one. Most people stay stuck because they copy advice from people on different levels. The right advice depends on the level. That is why understanding your prosperity level matters. Money will not fix every problem, but used the right way, it can remove a lot of unnecessary pain. It can give you breathing room, confidence, options, time, and eventually the ability to help others. That is what prosperity really means. Not just having more, but becoming free enough to live with intention. So today, be honest with yourself. Which level are you really on? Not the level you pretend to be on, the real one. Because once you accept your current level, you can start climbing. Your future self is not asking you to become rich overnight. Your future self is asking you to move one level higher. One better decision, one saved dollar, one paid off debt, one investment, 1 month of consistency, one level at a time. That is how prosperity is built. And if you want to keep learning how money works, subscribe to Prosperity Levels. There are levels to this game, and the next level is waiting for you.